That's terrible.
Show me your wares.
He can't keep anything to himself.
You don't say.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Everybody knows by now.
That's what I've always said.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
He simply talks too much.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
He simply talks too
I am
much.
Akill, the weapons dealer. Every man should carry a weapon these days, especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
For everybody.
Tell me more about the area around the city.
It's gotten too dangerous out there. Because of the bandits, for one thing,
Terrible.
and also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crappy times. They're
Now that's
venturing
typical.
closer to the city all the time.
Someone's gotta do the work.
Do you know anything about the paladins?
If I hadn't
Yes.
seen it with my own
Those
eyes.
guys are ruining my business.
He
All you
simply
can buy in
talks
this
too
entire
much.
town is a short sword at
That's
most.
what I've always
They've
said.
helped themselves to anything that's longer than a foot and a half.
Don't tell this to anyone.
In return, I now get to live in the hotel free of charge.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Where do you get your weapons from?
Who says
Harad
things
the
like
smith
that?
has been my supplier up to now. Now all he
That's
does
not
is
what my
make
husband
stuff for the
thinks.
paladins. He works for those guys day and night like a madman, without pay. He
These
thinks
are
it's
bad
his duty.
times.
All I can offer you now is my remaining stock.
I don't believe
What do you know about the disappearances of the citizens of Corinus?
Go away. Don't
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate.
everybody.
Some
knows.
of those who came I had never seen before in my life.
Who says
And
things
many
like
of those who went out never came back.
I
But
don't
what happened the other day was really quite strange.
that? Don't tell
There
me.
was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe.
That's not what I heard.
He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money.
You don't
He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers, where the militia keep their arms. I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day. I reported this to the militia.
Talks too
I
much.
thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon.
Who says things
But
like
Lord
that?
Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
Too much.
That's what I've
What do you know about the bandits?
What do I know about them?
That's typical, isn't
They
it?
robbed me on my way to the city. And I'm not the only one.
From now on.
They've been up to their tricks for quite a while.
Really?
That's not what
The
I
militia
heard.
tried to track them down, but without any success.
I witnessed it myself. Go away.
These are bad times.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the search?
Honestly,
The
If I
fellow's
hadn't seen
name
it
is
with my
Pablo.
own eyes.
He and a few others went looking for the
honestly, I noticed
bandits,
it myself.
but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
Everybody knows by now.
He patrols around the city. You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
That's not what I
Honestly,
heard.
I witnessed it myself.
Where did they hold you up?
Someone's gotta do the
Near
work.
Akill's farm. Just go out of the city
I won't
gate
do
from here.
anything from now on.
Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps. The bastards
I
came
won't
from
do
there.
anything from now on.
I bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
I witnessed it myself.
I'll deal with it.
What?
Can't take care of everything
You
for
want to take
everybody.
on the bandits? By yourself?
I don't believe
You're
that.
quite a good fighter, huh?
How much is the matter worth to you?
Says we talks too
That's
much.
a dangerous business. Well, it's all right with
Works
me.
someday, too.
I'll pay you 100 gold pieces
That's
if you
really
defeat the
interesting.
bandits.
And he works.
Show me your wares.
He simply
I won't tell her a
talks
thing
too
from now
much.
on.
I
Honestly,
don't believe
I
that.
witnessed it myself.
That's not what
I can't take care of everything for everybody. He can't
These are
keep
bad
anything
times.
to himself.
Everybody
I
knows
can't
by
take care
now.
of everything for everybody. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
How's business?
When the Paladins came, I first thought that it was a good business opportunity.
I don't believe that.
But they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even one gold piece off them. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up.
These are bad times.
It's only a small consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
Really, how interesting.
What's the problem with the farmers?
That's terrible. They refuse to deliver their goods. Now that the ships no longer come in, the city depends entirely on the supplies provided by the farmers, of course. And Onar, the largest farmer, has hired mercenaries to protect his farm from the city guards. Otherwise, they'd simply snatch the goods for themselves. But the mercenaries don't just guard Onar's farm. They come as far as the small farms outside of town to intimidate the farmers. I saw them as I was passing Akill's farm. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes now.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Where will I find Akill's farm?
Can't take care
If you go out of the east gate here and follow the road to the right, you'll come to a stairway. It leads up to Akill's farm,
And he
but I wouldn't go there now. The mercenaries are certainly still there.
things like that. Too.
Show me your wares.
It's terrible.
That's an open secret.
Everybody knows by now. But that's
It's gonna get even
terrible.
worse. That's not
Can't
what I
take care of
heard.
everything for everybody. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes,
He
don't
had
tell
better
this
shut
to
up.
anyone. And
It's
he
gonna
works
get
all
even
day
worse.
too.
Hey! I need your help.
If it's absolutely necessary, what's wrong?
The farmer Akill is under attack by mercenaries.
What? Those riffraff are hanging around on Akill's farm? Then let's not waste any time. Follow me. Come here, you filthy beast. Come here, you filthy beast.
Nobody ever
Hey,
asked
you!
me.
Those cutthroats are threatening my husband. We are citizens of the town, loyal to the king, and the mercenaries are planning to rob us. Now don't you just stand there, do something. Help us.
Nobody wants to know.
Nothing's going to change about that.
Everything all right?
As soon as anyone says anything wrong around here, the dance starts.
Already know
So
what
watch
I
your
think.
step or there'll be a slaughter.
No
Will you
idea.
join the
Tell
fight?
me.
I'm not just gonna stand here when the ruckus starts, but I'm not gonna push it either.
That will never change.
Is there a problem?
No, everything's fine. It would be better if you left now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, everything's fine. I can't talk to you now.
Whatever it is that brought you here, you had better forget it and hit the road.
Hey, Yoko, have you lost your way? Go back to your field and pull up a few
Staying
turnips.
out of it.
It's better to watch out who you tell what.
Now watch how this works.
As easy as that.
You're in for it now.
Hang on. I'm good.
That's it for you. All right, that's that. I'll be off then.
Thank Innes. I thought my time had run out. My name is Akill. I've farmed this humble piece of land.
Who were those people?
Those were mercenaries from Onar's farm. Those bastards don't know anything but plunder and murder. I'd been fearing the worst. Well, thank Innes it didn't come to that. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Nothing. Just as long as you got through this all right.
You're an exceptional fella. May Innes guard you on your way.
Have you heard anything about missing citizens?
Don't make me laugh. Heard of them? Some of my own people are missing. Tonak and Telbor used to work on my fields until 3 days ago. And I know exactly that they wouldn't up and leave the farm just like that. And yet they've simply vanished and no one can tell me where they went. If you happen to find out what's become of them, be sure to let me know, will you?
What did the mercenaries want from you?
You don't know that? Onar, the landowner, hired them. They guard his farm and collect the rent for him. And that means they go from farm to farm and take whatever they want. And whoever can't pay gets a taste of their steel.
You know your way around this area.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Where can I find Onar's farm?
Just go back down the stone steps and follow the road to the east. At some point, you come to a tavern. From there, you go farther east until you come to the big fields. That's where the mercenaries hang out.
What is that tavern to the east of here?
Ask Randolph. He knows more about it than I do. He's been there a few times.
What is there in the woods behind your farm?
There's just a whole bunch of monsters back there. And the wolves are the least dangerous. A few bandits are also said to have their caves there. Well, they've left my farm alone so far.
I've gotta go.
So long. I really wish I could have done more for you.
Everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. That Alvarez has become bolder and bolder lately. Good thing that's over now. What I could use now is a good drop in the tavern.
Hey! Who are you?
My name is Enem. I'm one of the field hands. And the half-pint over there is my brother Akill. We've been working here on the farm for Akill for several years.
How's the field work going?
Do you want to help? There's another hoe back there. Grab it and then head for the field. You just have to make sure that the field raiders don't surprise you. They'll tear your arm right off with one bite.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
I've killed more of them than I can count. The only problem is they keep coming back.
What's up?
It's been a long time since we've seen a stranger on our land who didn't want to skin us. I hope I'm not wrong about you. I'm Akill, and the strange bird over there is my brother Enem.
How's the field work going?
Great, if those miserable field raiders weren't constantly destroying our harvest.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
You're joking. Since I've been on this farm, I've killed so many of the beasts that I've lost count. But alas, new ones keep coming.
Your brother tells a similar story.
Ah, what exactly does he say?
That he has also done away with plenty of field raiders.
What? That loser can't even find his way home by himself. Tell him he shouldn't brag like that.
Hey, you! Your brother thinks you're a braggart.
What? He's actually got the nerve to say that? He'd better watch out or I'll teach him a lesson. Go and tell him that.
Enem is a bit irritated about this thing.
He shouldn't puff himself up so much, else I'll tear his head off. Tell him that.
Hey, you! I think the two of you should just relax.
The bastard didn't give in, am I right? I'll tear out his guts. Tell him that.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
I'll do that. Well, at least you've got some gold on you. I think I'll take your weapon.
Hey, you!
Do you want to cause even more trouble? I think it would be better if you left now.